Hi guys, welcome back to Get Your Play Online. My name is Mackenzie and today we are going to be making this really super fun rainbow spaghetti. I already have some of mine mixed up. So we're going to be making all the colors of the rainbow today. So for that you're going to need some food coloring. I have all the colors of the rainbow. If you don't have that in your house, you can use whatever colors you want. I have red, yellow, orange, blue, green, and purple. And then I also have some spaghetti. And then you're going to need 6 bags. And then I have some water already boiling on the stove. Make sure if you are doing this activity, you make sure you ask for mom and dad's help because the water is really, really hot. And you will probably need help from mom and dad when making this activity. But after the spaghetti is cooked, you can probably do it by yourself. So right now, we are going to pour our spaghetti into our water. And then we are going to set a timer for 8 minutes. Just like that. I'm going to set a timer on my phone for about 8 minutes. But this activity is really fun. You can either choose to eat it, and it can be super fun to look at. You can just take some pasta sauce, whatever kind you want, and just make it like that. Or we're going to make a really fun sensory box. And we're going to lay out our spaghetti. Let me show you. We can start making it with... I forgot to grab my pen. So for your sensory bin, you're just going to need a rectangle like this. And while we are waiting for our pasta to cook, I'm going to take mine that I made this morning, and I'm going to show you how to make a sensory bin out of it. So what you're going to do is you're going to take all of your pasta bags, and then we are just going to almost get you a little bit closer, and then we are just going to layer it in kind of some rows. I'm going to spread it apart. Just like that. I'm going to squish it to one side like that. And we're going to grab our yellow. I am going to chuck on my pasta. Just stir it a little bit. Now make sure that you are very careful if you are helping mom and dad do this, because this is really hot and it can burn you really, really easily. So we're going to take our yellow, take some of our yellow out. And I already washed my hands before this, so if you're going to be eating this, make sure you're washing your hands a lot. Making sure that everything is staying clean and things like that. But since we're just making a sensory bin right now, we don't have to worry about that too much. I'm going to take some of my red out because otherwise I don't think all of my colors are going to fit. But always make sure that you are washing your hands if you are making some food. And then I just laid it just like that. I'm going to take my orange, grab a little bit of my orange, just like that. Just going to layer it like that and scooch them over. That way we have room for the rest of ours. I'm going to take some green. And then we are going to spread it like this, just right next to the orange, just like that. And then we are going to take our blue spaghetti, and we are going to take a little bit of that and layer it right next to the green, just like that. And the last color that we have is some purple. You guys, purple is my favorite color. What is y'all's favorite color? Leave a comment below what your favorite color is, and make sure that if you make this activity, you share it with us. And I'm going to grab a little bit more purple spaghetti and put it in here. And then since mine is still kind of sticky a little bit, you can either put flour or you can put baking soda or cornstarch in your spaghetti, or you just take a little bit of water in your hands and you can play with it that way and just kind of go through just like that and get it just a little bit wet. And then it should kind of start to come apart just like this. And what we'll do next, since this is going to be our place spaghetti, we will mix it. And just take a little bit of water at a time and just get it just a little bit wet. The key to this one is to just do just a little bit at a time. The reason that mine is kind of sticking together is because it's been sitting out for just a few minutes. I made this about 2 hours ago. So it's just getting a little sticky just because it's getting a little cold. And we have our red, orange, and yellow all separated. And we can start on our green, and just a little bit of water on your fingertips and it's all coming apart. And once we have this all mixed up, feel free to put some of your favorite toys in it. You can put some letters in here. And it's just really fun to feel, and it's just really fun to play with. We are almost done. I'm on to my blue color now. And just like that, we are just going to keep going. Just like that. All right, so now our spaghetti is all separated. You can kind of see how mine is kind of starting to mix. So now all we're going to do is we're just going to take our hands. I'm going to kind of point you down so you can see what my hands are doing a little bit. And we're just going to take some water again in our hands. And we're just going to kind of pick it up and just kind of put it all over, just like this. And just kind of swirl the colors together. And this is super fun to do. It feels really cool in your hands. And it is so fun to play with and just look at. If you are going to eat this, make sure you are washing your hands, and make sure that you you are just keeping everything super clean. And that is my timer. So I'm going to stop it and check on my spaghetti. Looks like it is all done, so I'm going to let that sit for just a few seconds and just let the handles kind of cool off so I don't burn myself when I pick it up and strain it. And we are going to finish mixing this. Just like that. So now you kind of just grab big piles of your spaghetti, and now it is all mixed up and it looks so cool. Just like that. And now you have a spaghetti sensory bin. So now that our spaghetti is done, I'm going to show you how to dye this spaghetti. I'll point you up just a little bit. And I'm going to set my pre-made spaghetti to the side so I have a little bit of room to work with. I'm just going to set that over here. And then I'm going to grab, I have some pot holders just because I don't want to hurt myself when I am dumping this out. So now what I'm going to do is, it's really hot. Can you see the steam? So we can't touch it when it's that hot because it'll burn us. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab some really, really cold water. I'm just going to use my sink. And we're just going to put some cold, cold, cold water over our spaghetti. Like that. And I'll point you down and kind of show you what I'm doing. I have my spaghetti right here. I'm just kind of going like that. Just getting all of the water kind of in there. And then once I kind of know that there's not really any like super, super hot, once I know that there's not really any super, super hot parts, I'll take my hands and just kind of separate any big, big clumps that you see kind of forming. Like I have a really big clump right here. So I'm just going to take it and break it apart. And then just kind of feel my spaghetti and make sure there aren't any really, really hot parts of my spaghetti. Just rinse it really, really well. There, and I think my spaghetti is pretty much done. So I'm going to wash my hands really quick. Some warm water. I have some soap sitting right here. I have a towel. Just going to dry my towel off, or dry my hands off with my towel. And then I am going to lay my towel down just to make sure that I don't get too much water on my counter. And I have my spaghetti still in my strainer. And I'm going to grab one bag. I'll point you down a little bit so you can kind of see my surface spot. I'm going to open it so it kind of stands up by itself like this. And then grab just a little bit of spaghetti. I'm grabbing about 2 handfuls, about this much for each color. So I'm going to start with red. And we want quite a bit of food coloring in our spaghetti to make that color really, really fun. So when you're closing it, you want quite a bit of air in there. See how you can see all that air in there? And we're just going to shake. And it makes this really cool red color. Just like that. We're going to shake it just a little bit more. Just because I can see some spaghetti that still isn't together all the way. Just like that. And there's red, and then we're going to open it. I'm going to set it off to the side so it can dry. I'm going to grab another bag for some more spaghetti. Grab about 2 handfuls. Almost a really big handful. I should have about that much in. I'm going to do some orange. I'm putting quite a bit of food coloring in mine. If you don't want your colors quite as dark as mine, feel free to just put just a few drops of food coloring in yours, but I really like when my colors are really bright. Just give it a little shake, and there is our orange. I'm going to grab another one. And some more spaghetti. Got that much. And I'm going to do some yellow. Close my bag up. I'm going to leave a little bit of air in there. You can shake it. Shake it up. And just like that. Now you've got some yellow. We've got to open these. Make sure that they're open so that way they can kind of dry a little bit before you start to touch them. We're going to grab another bag. And in this bag, we are going to take some green. About that much. I'm going to put some green in there. My green just ran out, so I'm going to take my other green and put it in there. And this green of mine kind of pulls out, kind of pushes hard to make sure that you don't get too much green at once. I've got quite a bit of green food coloring in mine. I'm just going to shake it. I think I want mine to be a little bit more green. So all I'm going to do is just open up my bag and just put a little bit more green color in there. Just like that. Close my bag. We've got some green. Open our bag and set it to the side. Let it dry. Your spaghetti should dry anywhere from 5 minutes to 10 minutes, just so that the food coloring really gets into your spaghetti and then doesn't get all of your hands or all of your mouth when you're eating it. Alright, so our next color is some blue. Put a little bit more in there. And my blue is almost out too. I grabbed another one. There we go. See, and that one turned out so cool. I think blue is my favorite color of the spaghetti because I think it turns out the best. Open this. And the last color that we're going to do today is going to be purple. All right. So I'm grabbing all of the rest of my spaghetti that's left. Just a little bit of spaghetti left. Then I'm going to take my purple color. I'm going to put some purple in there. Now I got a little bit of food coloring on the outside of my bag. I'm just going to wipe it off a little bit. All right. Shape it. And just like that, we have got some super cool purple spaghetti. So now you just have to wait about 5 to 10 minutes in order to lay it out like I showed you in the bowl, or you can grab a plate and you can have mom or dad help you heat up some sauce. You can have that. I hope you guys had so much fun with this activity today. And we can't wait to see your creations when you do this. We love to see your pictures, and we hope that you send them every time that you do an activity with us. Be sure to join us at 3 o'clock with Taylor, and she's going to be making some cool arts and crafts with you. All right. Bye, guys. See you next time.